What if I told you that right there in your own kitchen, you have a poison that you probably consume daily thinking it's harmless? Something that, drop by drop, day after day, is silently shutting down two of the hardest working organs in your body. I am Dr. Leana, a nephrologist, and I have spent years seeing in my practice the devastating consequences of this poison on my patients' kidneys, especially in adults who come to me when the damage, unfortunately, is already very advanced. Today, I am going to break the silence, but I won't speak to you in medical terms that no one understands. I will speak to you clearly, as if you were sitting right here in front of me. I will reveal what the worst poison is that is intoxicating your kidneys without you realizing it. And the most alarming thing is that you have most likely consumed it this very morning. Stay with me to discover it, to understand its destructive power, and most importantly, to learn how to protect yourself before it is too late. Welcome and thank you for dedicating a few minutes to the most valuable thing we have, our health. As a kidney specialist, my mission is not only to cure, but to prevent people from getting sick. And believe me, one of the hardest parts of my job is seeing wonderful people, full of life, suffer from kidney damage that could have been avoided. The problem with the kidneys is that they are champions of silence. They are the body's unsung heroes. Imagine having the most advanced water purification system in the world, working 24/7 without rest. Those are your kidneys. They filter all your blood, removing toxins, waste, and excess fluids you don't need. But not only that, they also regulate your blood pressure, help produce red blood cells so you don't develop anemia, and keep your bones strong. They are the foundation for everything else in your body to function properly. But what happens when this system starts to fail? No alarm goes off. There is no sharp pain to warn you. Chronic kidney disease is a thief. It settles in little by little over the years, and by the time clear symptoms appear, swelling of the ankles, fatigue that doesn't go away no matter how much you rest, cramps, the damage can already be very serious, sometimes irreversible. I have seen so many older adults arrive at my office frightened and confused, facing dialysis or even a transplant. And the question that always lingers in the air is, "Doctor, how did I not realize?" The answer is painful, because no one warned them clearly enough about the everyday poisons silently sabotaging their health. That's why I am here, because information is power. And today, I want to give you that power. We are going to unmask several of these hidden enemies. I have placed them on a list, from the most common to what I consider the worst of all. So stay with me, because what you are about to learn today can literally change the course of your life. Before starting the list, it is important to understand why, as the years go by, we become more vulnerable to these poisons. Age changes the rules of the game. Just as we lose eyesight or get grey hair, the kidneys also age. Their filtering capacity, what we call the glomerular filtration rate, decreases little by little with each decade. Think of it like the engine of a car with many miles on it. It still works, of course, but it no longer has the same strength as when it was new. Now imagine that instead of giving that veteran engine good oil, we put in low-quality fuel and force it to climb steep hills every day. What do you think will happen? Exactly, it will break down much sooner. Well, that is exactly what many of us do to our kidneys without realizing it. For 50, 60, or 70 years, we expose them to things that in our youth did not seem harmful, but that leave tiny scars. And those scars accumulate over time. It is this cumulative effect that can eventually lead to kidney failure. In addition, with age, it becomes easier for hypertension and type 2 diabetes to appear. And here, I want to be very clear. These two diseases are the leading causes of chronic kidney disease worldwide. They are like two hammers constantly striking the delicate structure of your kidneys. That is why anything that helps cause or worsen diabetes and hypertension is a direct attack on your kidney health. Today, we are going to give those attackers a name and a face. To make this clearer, I have prepared a list with 4 of these poisons. We will begin with one that is neither eaten nor drunk, but is just as harmful. From there, we will move forward until we reach number 1, the one that is undoubtedly the most dangerous, addictive, and widespread of all. The true wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's begin. Poison number 4, a sedentary lifestyle, the stagnant water that suffocates your kidneys. The first poison on our list may surprise you because it is not something you eat or drink. It is something you do not do. I am talking about a sedentary lifestyle, a lack of movement, spending hours and hours sitting, whether watching television or in front of a screen. You might ask, but Dr. Leana, what does sitting have to do with my kidneys? The answer is everything. Your kidneys depend on strong and healthy blood flow to do their job. Imagine a powerful river. The water flows strongly, carries everything away, and stays clean. Now think of a puddle of stagnant water. Mud accumulates, everything rots, and the water becomes toxic. Your circulatory system is that river. When you move, when you walk, your heart pumps more strongly, and blood circulates vigorously throughout your body, reaching the millions of tiny filters in your kidneys. This blood flow gives them the power to clean your body properly. But when you spend hours sitting, everything slows down. Blood flow becomes sluggish, like water trapped in a stagnant puddle, and this creates the perfect environment for the kidney's worst enemies: obesity, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. When you do not move, your body stops using blood sugar properly, which leads to insulin resistance and eventually diabetes. Inactivity also causes weight gain, which forces your heart to work harder and raises blood pressure. Every extra pound is an additional burden on your kidneys. The solution is movement. Do not panic. You do not have to become an Olympic athlete tomorrow. The solution is much simpler and within everyone's reach. Break long periods of sitting. If you spend a lot of time seated, the first step is simply to stand up. Set an alarm every hour to remind yourself to get up. Walk around the house. Stretch your arms. Get a glass of water. That simple act already reactivates circulation. The next step is incorporating a daily walk. It does not have to be a marathon. Start with 10 minutes around the block. Next week, make it 15. The key is consistency, not intensity. Walking is one of the best exercises there is. It is good for your heart, helps control blood sugar, strengthens bones, and sends healthy blood flow to your kidneys. If you have mobility issues, there are excellent chair exercises you can do. Move your arms, lift your legs, rotate your ankles, everything counts. The motto is simple: any movement is better than no movement. Remember the river analogy. Every step you take is like sending a fresh wave of clean water to your kidneys. Poison number 3, the deception of harmless pain pills. We now arrive at poison number 3. This one hides in plain sight in almost every household medicine cabinet. It is that pill you take without thinking for a headache, back pain, or arthritis. I am talking about NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Names like ibuprofen, naproxen, and diclofenac are familiar to all of us. Millions of people use them believing that because they are sold without a prescription, they must be harmless. And that is the great deception. Although they are effective for pain relief, frequent or chronic use, especially in high doses, can be devastating for the kidneys, particularly in older adults. Let me explain in a simple way. For your kidneys to receive healthy blood flow, your body produces substances called prostaglandins that help keep the tiny kidney arteries open. The problem is that NSAIDs work by blocking those prostaglandins to reduce pain and inflammation, but they do not discriminate. They also block the prostaglandins that protect your kidneys. The result? The kidney arteries constrict, blood flow and oxygen delivery drop dramatically. It is like stepping on a garden hose while trying to water a plant. The water stops flowing, and eventually the plant dries out. The same thing happens to your kidneys. The real danger is that this damage is silent. Taking these pills every day for chronic pain is like stepping on and releasing that hose over and over again. Over time, the kidney filters become scarred and stop functioning properly. And often, there are no warning signs until it is too late. The solution is to respect both the pain and the pill. That does not mean you must suffer in silence. It means you should never self-medicate with NSAIDs long-term without medical supervision. If pain lasts more than a few days, the answer is not to keep swallowing pills. The answer is to find out why the pain exists in the first place. Be honest with your doctor about everything you take, including vitamins, herbal products, and over-the-counter medications. Many cold medicines and sleep aids contain hidden NSAIDs. There are also alternatives for occasional pain. Acetaminophen is generally safer for the kidneys when used correctly, and non-medication options such as physical therapy, stretching, heat, or cold therapy can make a huge difference. The golden rule is simple. Occasional NSAID use may be fine. Depending on them every day without medical supervision is like gambling with your kidneys. Poison number 2. Salt, the invisible enemy in your food. Now we move to poison number 2. Perhaps the most underestimated enemy of all, salt, or more specifically, sodium. Many people tell me, but Dr. Leana, I barely use the salt shaker. That is the great misunderstanding. The problem is not just the salt you add at the table. The real danger is the massive amount of sodium hidden inside processed foods. More than 75% of the sodium people consume comes from packaged and processed products. It is in bread, processed meats, canned soups, sauces, frozen meals, cheeses, and countless foods that do not even taste salty. Food companies use sodium to extend shelf life and intensify flavor. It is an invisible aggressor. And why is it so harmful? Because when we flood the body with sodium, the body holds onto water in order to dilute it. That increases blood volume, and as blood volume rises, blood pressure rises too. That is hypertension. And hypertension is one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. The filters in your kidneys are incredibly delicate. Imagine trying to clean silk fabric using a firefighter's hose blasting at full pressure. You would destroy it. That is exactly what uncontrolled high blood pressure does to your kidneys day after day. The solution is to become a label detective. Turn every package around and look for the word sodium. You will be shocked to discover how much sodium exists in foods that don't even taste salty. In general, the recommendation is to stay under 2,300 milligrams per day. If you already have high blood pressure, your doctor may recommend even less. The second strategy is cooking more meals at home. At home, you control the ingredients. And finally, rediscover flavor. Nature has given us incredible seasonings: garlic, onion, oregano, rosemary, turmeric, paprika, cumin, black pepper, lemon, and vinegar. They bring food alive without flooding your body with sodium. Over time, your taste buds reset, and you begin to appreciate the real flavor of food again. And now we arrive at poison number 1. The worst poison of all, sugar and refined flour, the sweet and deadly duo. We have talked about inactivity, painkillers, and salt, all dangerous. But what I am about to tell you now is, in my opinion, the most destructive poison of all, the most addictive, the most widespread, the one I see destroying lives over and over again in my practice. And no, it is not some rare toxic chemical. It is sugar and refined flour. That includes desserts, candy, sugary drinks, white bread, pastries, cookies, pasta, and many ultra-processed foods. Why am I so firm about this? Because this duo launches a full-scale attack on your kidneys from multiple directions at the same time. Attack number 1, diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure worldwide. When you constantly overload your body with sugar and refined carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes repeatedly. Your pancreas is forced to produce more and more insulin. Eventually, your cells stop responding properly to insulin. This is insulin resistance. And over time, blood sugar remains chronically elevated. That is type 2 diabetes. When excess sugar circulates in the bloodstream year after year, it damages the kidney filters directly. It stiffens and scars them. This is called diabetic nephropathy, and it is one of the fastest roads to dialysis. Attack number 2, hypertension. Many people think salt is the only culprit behind high blood pressure. But modern research has shown that excess sugar can also contribute significantly to hypertension. So even if you reduce salt, excessive sugar can still continue damaging your kidneys. Attack number 3, chronic inflammation. Sugar acts like fuel for inflammation inside the body. It damages blood vessels, including the tiny vessels inside the kidneys. Attack number 4, obesity and fatty liver disease. Excess sugar that your body does not burn gets stored as fat. That fat increases the risk of obesity and fatty liver disease, both of which disrupt metabolism and increase kidney stress. As you can see, this is a total assault on your body. That is why I call sugar and refined flour the #1 poison. But the good news is that you can fight back. First, understand that sugar hides under many names: high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose, maltose, cane syrup, and more. Second, eliminate the biggest sources of liquid sugar: soft drinks, sweet teas, flavored coffees, energy drinks, and industrial fruit juices are loaded with sugar. A single soda can contain more than 10 teaspoons. Replacing sugary drinks with water, sparkling water with lemon, or herbal tea may be one of the most powerful health changes you can make. Third, be careful with low-fat products. Many of them remove fat but replace it with sugar to improve flavor. Choose plain yogurt instead of flavored yogurt and add fresh fruit yourself. Fourth, replace refined grains with whole foods. Choose oats, brown rice, legumes, and real whole grain bread whenever possible. The fiber slows sugar absorption and helps stabilize blood sugar. And finally, build your diet around real food: vegetables, fruits, beans, fish, eggs, nuts, lean proteins. When your diet is based on whole foods, excessive sugar and refined flour naturally disappear. Today, we exposed 4 silent poisons threatening your kidneys: a sedentary lifestyle that stagnates circulation, painkillers that can silently damage kidney blood flow, hidden sodium that raises blood pressure, and sugar with refined flour, the sweet duo launching a total attack against your body. You may feel overwhelmed right now, but my goal is not to scare you. It is to empower you. Kidney disease does not have to become your destiny. Every one of these poisons is something you can influence. You decide whether you get up and move. You decide whether you read labels. You decide whether you choose water instead of soda. You decide whether you seek medical advice instead of self-medicating. It is not about changing your entire life overnight. It is about taking one small step today and another tomorrow. Every healthy meal matters. Every walk matters. Every conscious choice matters. And little by little, those choices become protection for your kidneys and your future. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone you love. This information could genuinely help save someone's health. And if you want more clear, practical advice to protect your health naturally, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Now I want to hear from you. What surprised you the most about today's discussion? Is there one habit you plan to change starting today? Leave your answer in the comments below. I read your comments carefully because this community matters deeply to me. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, your kidneys work tirelessly for you every second of every day. Return the favor with conscious decisions. I am Dr. Leana, and I sincerely wish you a long, healthy, and energetic life. Take care of your kidneys, take care of your life, and I will see you in the next video.